Cosmic transmissions. Oh, so vivid sensitivity with spirit. Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. In silence I'm sitting, downloading the Akashic wisdom.
No longer need to believe in higher densities. They exist without a doubt to me, cause of experiences I've seen. Direct contact with beings, showing me these dimensions unseen, guiding me to ascension to lead the rest of humanity. Open my third eye in alignment, the paradigm shift. Timeless mind is behind this illusion that our bodies noticing like fine print. Dreaming lucid to begin an info that I rhyme with. Luminous is music, it's giving nothing but truthfulness is luminous. I'm going through the roof of this, delivering energy with youthfulness. Synchronicities numerous, never Googling, my information is all intuitive.
Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. Oh, so vivid sensitivity with spirit. Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. In silence I'm sitting, downloading the Akashic wisdom.
When it rises up and appears to me, it's clear to see that it's a mirror of me. I cited, the psychic provided the insight, the guidance, the iris, the violence, the veil is thinner. I'm seeing the inner, holy of holies within me, the center. Instant recall, all is remembered. Vortex is spinning like a blender. Orbs color, saffron, magenta. Eye of Horus, my yacht's feather. Shepherd's hook, the aunt live forever. Innocent dove, but my serpent clever. Locks like antenna, connect dots like header. Cut through like shredder to feel the real. Akashic record, pavement is checkered. The vision rendered, conceal or reveal.
Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. Oh, so vivid sensitivity with spirit. Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. In silence I'm sitting, downloading the Akashic wisdom.
Purity of the spirit, get quickened by your cryptic mystic vision. Element of wisdom descends to us from the fifth dimension. Transcends religion. God likes to confound comprehension. Formless and void, yet takes the shape of your tradition. Like a phantom when I found him in a gaze. Deep into the chasm, when I see it in the sanctum, thankful and I praise. I can only imagine, communicate the lessons, universal essence, I can feel the presence, so I bind depression,
Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. Oh, so vivid sensitivity with spirit. Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. In silence I'm sitting, downloading the Akashic wisdom.
My heart beating, grabbing on my chest, I feel a vision, seeing things before they happen, I get premonitions. I was wishing for telekinetic powers, seeing through all these hours. Time's an illusion that I flower. I'm in the eternal moment, cosmic ocean flowing, puffing on that potent, blow it down. Senses enhancing as I walk through paradigms. Got 360 vision all around, breaking this town barrier. Ain't nothing scarier. Got spirits surrounding me in this area. An natural projection that got me aerial. I go beyond death, I don't need a burial. I realize that
psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. Oh, so vivid sensitivity with spirit. Psychic visions giving me cosmic transmissions. In silence I'm sitting, downloading the Akashic wisdom.
Immortal. Yo. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets. Peep it, I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooded, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all averages like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of six. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar, plexus, Lexus, zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.
Peace and wholeness to the space. Whole lot of love to all of us. Much gratitude to us showing up for ourselves and for the universe on this most amazing Celio dawning Ashe at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We are here for the aligning with the evolving cycles of time, knowledge, and empowerment session. Y'all indicate in the chat, y'all hearing me okay? I did mic check earlier, but I had to go in and out, so I just want to make sure I'm still coming through. For us this dawning, for you, and you. Ashe, welcome. Thought Seeder, Baba Akil. I see FRB Supreme Magnetar, Ken 106, welcome to the space. I see Priestess Initiate. Yeah. What? Oh, you saying it's kind of choppy? Okay, that means I need to take my headset off. Let me do that. Happen. All right. Y'all let me know. Is this much better? Coming through clear? A lot clearer. All right. We got Empress Modula in the space. We got Nuria Saffron in the space. Okay, hold on. I don't think y'all can hear me. All right, this should be it. All right, Thoughtsita said yes. Thank you very much for confirming that. Just wanted to make sure, loud and clear. Make it hot. She said make it hot. Welcome, Penda Love. Mama Penda in the house. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, Goddess Robin. I synced you somewhere. Welcome, Kid 23 to the space. Got 149. I'm not sure what Empress Medulla's
CAN number is, but if you know it, let us know. If you don't, definitely let us know. Put your whole date of birth in the chat. We'll definitely get that back to you ASAP. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, so we're here for how pure is your command of destiny. That's what we're going to be bringing through the scenes this dawning. I'll be bringing the foundation of what we do in MIMEC, how we break through all the different levels into getting to the next on top of the next. We got Moon Goddess Ambrosia. She's going to be bringing our oracle reading, Ken 181, and none other than High Priestess Ma'at M. Makaru. Amen. She's going to be putting it all in. Ashe, she's going to be pulling it all in. Let me go ahead and pull this banner off so that we can move forward with our session. Ashe. Ashe and Asheo. Thank y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your confirmations. Thank you for your acknowledgments. Let's do this. I am Priestess Mutmayat Nefer Habibullah, the White Solar Mirror, aka Ken 178. I pulse in order to reflect. Realizing order, I seal the matrix of endlessness with the solar tone of intention, and I am guided by the power of timelessness. And I'm just going to let y'all know this right now. Go ahead and pull your books out, your notebooks and your pens and your papers, because it's going to be on and popping on this here Skywalker plasma. Here we have our prayer of 7 galactic directions. And it reads as thus: if you would please, if you don't mind, you can read it along with me. Stand and face those directions, okay, to bring in all that it is that we are. Ashe. From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. And from the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum Hunapku Evamaya Emaho. Ayum Hunapku Evamaya Emaho. Ayum Hunapku Evamaya Emaho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature. Ashe, ashe, and asheo. We are melanated immortals making evolutionary changes. Yes, you, me, us, we. And our mission is to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of divine frequency beings with immortal health and immortal wealth through the application and the remembrance of cosmic knowledge. Ashe, ashe. We are on the red moon wave spell. We're in the red moon wave spell right now about this 260-day sacred cycle that we incarnate and evolve through. And we're on Kin 213, the red overtone Skywalker. All right. Looking at this destiny cross, we have the soul body as the overtone Skywalker, right? Also known as being when we speak it in Olmec language, our original soul language. This body is actually, it carries the prophet energy, the power for us all to explore, awaken, and command our radiance as we are through purpose. Period. Okay. And this is also teaching us, to rise above our limitations and then also to use the courage that is embedded within us all to expand into new spaces. Don't be scared. No, of all and any possibilities coming to us, right? At the top, we have Ken 161, the red overtone dragon. There, the dragon's Olmec name is Emish. And it guides us as a primal force, reminding us to just nurture life and to trust the powers of birth. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with birth. We don't die, we multiply. That part. And then on the right side, we have Ken 226, the white overtone world bridger, aka Kimi, which is strengthening our physical path through surrendering, through opportunities, and so on and so forth. And then on the left side, we got Ken 83, my perfect emotional body, the blue overtone night, aka Outball, which becomes our mental challenge and gift all in the same, because once we break through those challenges we begin to master and they become our gifts. This is bringing us our dreaming and our abundance. And then at the bottom we have Kid 48, my perfect mental body. All right. The star, the solar star, the yellow solar star, which is revealing to us our hidden emotional powers of beauty, art, and elegance. So let's go ahead and break this all down. Read this affirmation first time with I, second time with you, and then we to seal it as a collective. Ashe. Let's do it. I empower in order to explore, commanding wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of birth. You empower in order to explore, commanding wakefulness. You seal the output of space with the overtone tone of radiance, and you are guided by the power of birth. Then we empower in order to explore, commanding wakefulness. We seal the output of space with the overtone tone of radiance. We are guided by the power of birth. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. We're in the red moon wave spell, as you heard me say before. And in this red moon wave spell, we have 13 plasmas. And I say plasma instead of days because ain't none of us walking around in the days. We walking around living, moving, and having our being. This 13 plasma journey of emotional purification is actually healing as well as purifying and bringing us through a sacred flow. And with it, we have the Olmec, which refers us to one of the ancient, what they say, Mesoamerican mother cultures. All right. Our original foundational roots, right? Culture and its spiritual calendar that we have to flow through, right? So, what the Olmec names are doing is they're helping us to remember. When you hear me, like before, when I said the Skywalker Olmec name is Ben, all right? It's helping us to remember the deeper archetypal powers that we all hold, all right, within each and every single archetype or seal or whatever you want to call it that we go through. So this wave spell begins with Moloch, all right, the moon, Kin 209, the magnetic tone, also known as the healer. Then we have Kin 210, the white dog, Olmec name Ok, OC, right? The compassionate one, bringing us our lunar tone. And then we have Chewin, Kin 211, and happy belated galactic return if y'all missed saying it to Eshe, right? She's the electric monkey, aka Chewin, aka the magician, Ashe. Then next, Kin 212, the self existing human, aka Ebb, known as the sage. And today's focus, y'all see that big circle right there, Ken 213, Overtone Skywalker, aka Ben, like I said, right? Known as our prophet, the prophet. Ben is teaching us to explore life with courage. Don't be scared to go all up into the space and explore, to command wakefulness and to rise above any and all limitations. We are limitless. Okay, so live and be all about that. Then the journey is helping us to continue here with Ken 214, the rhythmic wizard, aka Jaguar, like that, right? Known as Eeks. And then we have men, all right, Ken 215, the resonant eagle, aka the seer, all right. Keep coming up with Ken 216, the galactic warrior, woo, the pathfinder. Then we have Kaban, right? Kaban is Ken 217, the red solar earth, also known as the navigator. We got Ken 218 in this wave spell. The white planetary mirror, aka Eshnab as the Olmec name, and the Yogini. Ashe, Ashe, I hold that. I hold that with our very own Mirror clan. And then we have Ken 2, I don't know if I wanted to say that word, clan. I'll pull that back, y'all. Tribe. Yeah, that. Ken 219, the blue spectral storm. All right. We have Kawak as our Olmec name for it, and the world changer, aka, is what the blue storm goes by. Then we have Ken 220, the yellow crystal sun. A how is the Olmec name, as well as known as the Enlightened One. And then to close us out, Ken 221, soon to be Happy Galactic Return, Ashe. Yes, yes. Um, Thought Seeder. Y'all gonna hear him Sunday, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all come to the Melanin Frequency Vigil. We have Emish as the Olmec name, bringing in our primal force. All right, y'all, give everybody a happy galactic return within this wave spell. Enjoy the energies that you are flowing through within these 13 plasmas. And we just going to keep this moving. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. So next we have our Zocan calendar. Y'all know what a Zocan calendar is? This Zocan calendar consists of a total of 260 plasma cycle, right? 13 of them are the galactic tones, and 20 are our solar seals. And all together, they come to 260 on a daily signature, or I like to say kinergy, right? Level of consciousness. Because we like to say that every single one of us, no matter what date you incarnated in, you came in as one of these, right? And it all encompasses into all that we are in Lakesh Alakim, one in the same. Ashe. And as you see that little black box down there, it's on Kin 213, which is this plasma. And we're on the right side of the whole calendar. Y'all see that? That means we're almost to the end. We're almost at our full incarnation at Kin 260. So there's a lot that comes with this. The tones, as you see at the very top, right? They show us how our energy is moving throughout this calendar. And then the seals down to the left side, starting with the dragon all the way down to the sun, is helping us to see through the archetypes how our life force is guiding us, how to think, how to um, heal, how to choose, how to grow, and also how to evolve. Let's raise those vibrations, y'all. Come on. So each plasma is carrying the one tone and the one seal all together. The combination for becoming who we are. Ken, I'm 178. We got 221. We got 242. We got 181. We got 141. We got 23. We got 149. We got 240. All of us coming together as living codes of the creator, right? So we need to be asking ourselves what energy is guiding us today? What lessons is life presenting to us today? So today, our focus is on 213, right? The red overtone Skywalker, known as the prophet, is carrying us through power of exploration and wakefulness. We read that in the affirmation, in the signature. And then the overtone tone is the empowerment of radiance and commanding anything that we speak into existence, setting our intentions and making it happen. So in real life, y'all, it's telling us to just command your awareness, rise above all limitations, and then explore the new possibilities with courage. Just be all about that part. This is not just about outer travels, all right? When we talk about traveling in space, it's about our inner expansions. And if you're about that, then you just need to know ain't nothing too small. Nothing can make you, who's bigger than life, to sit down and just be like, ugh. Because Spirit is telling us to just rise up and be taller than anything, stand taller, stand above, be about all that. So take one deep breath with me if you don't mind. All right. And say to yourself, am I resisting the cycle? Am I showing up? Am I representing the truth that I am? Am I moving in divine timing? All right. So use this Zocan calendar more and more each and every single plasma. You can go to lawtime.org and print it off, or you can go to find out at Melanated Immortals, and we can definitely get you a copy of it there. But this is definitely a mirror. It's a teacher. It's a sacred rhythm of our conscious living that we all navigate through each and every single plasma. Ashe, ashe. and Asheo. So we have here our moon for our cosmic calendar, galactic cosmic calendar for the cosmic moon. All right. This is the 13th moon. We're in the last moon of our 1328 solar year cycle. We're in the yellow resonant seed solar year, right? The power of flowering. And the totem animal, as you see on the calendar, is the turtle. So it's asking us today, how can I or we or you expand our joy and love? This calendar is actually helping us to basically step out of artificial time, okay, into natural time, and just dive in with the rhythm of the moon, the cosmic moon, the body, the earth, and our consciousness. All right. It's built on a sacred order, 13 moons, each moon holding 28 plasmas, which is natural rhythm. All right. Each 28-day moon containing 4 perfect heptads. We say heptad instead of weeks because ain't nothing weak about what we doing. If you making it through Dolly, Sealy, Gamma, Cali, Alpha, Limi, Celio, then you ain't got through no. Oh Lord, pulling out my Southern twang. Okay, you're not going through anything weak. So we go through heptads, which is the number 7. Okay. And within each and every single one of these, the red, you see the red heptad, it is all about initiating view. The white one is refining and meditation. Blue one is transforming and conducting whatever it is you initiated and refined. And the yellow heptad is ripening, bringing to fruition, harvesting all of that which we have initiated. So if you haven't been using the 28 plasma calendar, grab a hold to it, okay? Move in it. Set your intentions, set your goals, set your plans based on the heptad and watch and see that energy not grow. So then also we have within each heptad, we move through 7 radial plasmas. If y'all see those circles above the names of each plasma, connected, each one of these are connected to 7 chakras. And yes, we have more than 7 chakras in our whole bodies, but as far as the heptads are concerned or the plasmas are concerned, we're just going to deal with 7, right? We got Dali, all right, which activates our crown chakra through targeting. Then Sealy. So just keep in mind when you're on a Dali, regardless of which heptad you're in, you're targeting. All right. For Sealy, connecting us from our crown down to our root. All right. Bringing through flow. On gammas, we're opening our third eye. So from the root back up to the third eye. And then for peace, all right, bringing us through peace that way. Then Kali coming down to our sacral chakra is helping us establish things, getting us through the establishment of all the things that we're working through each and every single heptad, right? Then, excuse me, and then we go up to alpha. And alpha is what's clearing us at our throat levels through releasing, through our voices, through our sound vibrations, and so forth. Then we go down to Limi or next to Limi to strengthen our solar plexus right there at your navels, bringing about that purification. So if you find yourself a bit round that area, okay, we might need to fast a little bit. Then Celio is opening our heart, putting your hands right there at your heart space, discharging energy into completion, letting go of things that don't serve you, not allowing life's challenges to wreck your minds and so on and so forth, but to, you know, hold it true and dear with integrity. Ashe. So we're going to be focusing on Kin 213. You see, it has a little gray box around Kin 13 there, which is on the Gregorian calendar. What are we, July the 10th today? Yeah, July the 10th. But we're in the 14th plasma of this 28 plasma moon. Ashe. Um, it falls, this is teaching us how to expand, right? Our joy and our love for one another and for ourselves. It's carrying this solar, this resonant seed energy of flowering. So hopefully y'all planting some seeds. I know I am. And the melanin frequency visual, the melanin frequency wave is all about that. It was all about that this past heptad, y'all. It's reminding us that our life is meant to grow, all right, in this moon, to blossom and to become purposeful in all that we are and that we're doing. Then also Kin 13 in within, you see it's in the white heptad, right? Where we're refining and we're establishing our humility and we're meditating um, on Celio with our heart chakras, this plasma, this means that our energy of this heptad is asking us to refine our heart spaces, to release our inner resistance, and to complete this heptad with a whole lot of love. That part, a whole lot of love. Ain't got nothing but love for you. Y'all know that saying, I ain't got nothing but love for you. Um, the Red Skywalker, bringing in our exploration and wakefulness and expansion with the overtone tone. It's bringing us into empowerment, commanding, and radiance. All right. So where am I ready to stand? Am I ready to stand taller? Am I being called to explore beyond all fears and challenges? Can I command my energy with love instead of pressure? Is that possible? Right? So this calendar is reminding us every single plasma to walk, move, and have our being in purpose, allowing every single chakra to balance and carry our wisdom, every single heptide with movement, and every kin giving us a message for our conscious living. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. So we have our Red Skywalker seal, aka we know the prophet. Everybody should know that by now. Everybody should have that embedded. But mind you, cosmology goes deeper, 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 and deeper, higher, 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 and higher. It expands far and beyond anything you're receiving. So I want to encourage every single one of us to dive into every session. Go to melanatedimmortals.com. Check out some of those classes. Some of them are self-study and some of them we do live, but you definitely don't want to miss out. But one word of encouragement I could ever give to you is to just be patient with yourselves. Don't think you're going to get it all in one heptad or even one solar year. To expand and to evolve takes time. If you're living through natural time, which is what we're teaching or expressing in the space, then you're going to get it. All right. And then we're going to be shifting the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population to establish an everlasting legacy of divine frequency beings with immortal health and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of what? Cosmic knowledge. Ashe. So our seal for this plasma for the Red Skywalker is I am the prophet. Coded by the Red Skywalker. 13 is my number. the wave spell of creation. And many times and many worlds have I known, for as the agent of universal time, exploring space with all abiding wakefulness, I am the colonizer of the lost worlds, the galactic navigator of time, the all-seeing eye of the fifth force anoints my brow. In my heart, in my right hand, I hold the book of the law of time, a gift from Star Family. In the left hand, I hold the galactic compass, the Syrian wheel, the compendium of the prophet way. Prophesy is the natural law, or prophecy is the natural law, a function of time. My shirt bears the two secret numbers, 13 and 20, crossing the barriers of time and space. I am crowned by the sign of the infinite cycles of time. For to know me is to know the prophecy of time within the promise of the coming dawn. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. Y'all feeling all that, aren't you? Yes. Continuous growth. Yes. Yes. Keep on spinning. Yes. Get your journals. Yes. Express your cosmic knowledge. Yes. And if you are here new and you are learning, just keep on keeping on. Because I love the quote. There is no room too big, bigger than the room for learning, bigger than the room for evolving, bigger than the room for expansion. All right? So just be patient with ourselves. So we're about to bring in our announcements. Y'all definitely make sure you grab those pens and papers because we got a lot of new stuff going on. All right? Peace and wholeness.
Daily awake, I am today. Daily acknowledges the act of God empowering me to breathe. Represents more time to live, move, and have my being. Amazing I am shows the wonders of light shining on my face. Healed from afflictions, distractions, and manipulations of this world. Strong I am today as the sun shines, wind blows and rain falls, reminding me to stand each test time. Wise as I am today to see the truth at face value and walk with confidence, knowing.
Habitats of weeds, deadly supplies. 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 It's the way that the love flows.
All right, all right. I hope y'all did that. Hope y'all wrote real fast, got those notes down, got those dates down, got those times down. Ashay. We want to also reemphasize the Divine Feminine Boshatelet has begun, and we have our very first Boshatelet for the magnetic moon on August the 1st. Those of you who came to the informational sessions, much gratitude to us. But there was a correction on that date to putting it where it's supposed to be on August the 1st, which is a Saturday at 7 to 8 a.m. If you're new to the space and you're divine feminine, you want to take part in all that it is that we're doing, and you want more 411, go ahead and email Yogini9 at melanatedimmortals.com, or you can call 404-803-4726, and we'll definitely get you connected. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe out. Also, this is the moon. This is the month of the year where we are celebrating our third annual Day at a Time celebration, hosted by Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment and Baba Neb Taharka Kanish Kuwak, beginning July the 25th and the 26th. Make a note. This is a free event, and the plasma all in itself, the 25th, is a non-commerce day. So there's no exchange of monies going on the 25th. Okay. The after the celebration, we're all going to convene at Jeju Sauna and Spa. Stay the night there, or you can stay your whole 24 hours there. After we celebrate, just woosah, and then we're gonna wake up that dawning and bring in the next dawning, the new year, the new cycle, right? Bring your children; they are welcome. Bring your family and friends, they are welcome. We're going to be at a park in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, and once you RSVP at the website synchronistichuman.com/events, we will definitely make sure you get the actual address of where we're going to be. So get it in. Let us know you're coming. Ashe. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up none other than our Kin 181, the red crystal dragon, moon goddess, Ambrosia. Woo, woo, woo. Go say that. She's a priestess initiate of the MIMEC priesthood, and she's definitely going to break down that destiny oracle because she is the fifth force oracle for us all. This plasma moon goddess, are you up and ready in the space to work your magic on us, Primal Force?
Peace, peace, and divine blessings. Yes, I am.
Oh, girl, go ahead, take it away. Peace and love.
Ashe, Ashe. Much love and gratitude, Priestess Moot, for getting us started today. And shout out to everyone that's present here in the space that I am thankful for, and being able to be a part of MIMIC as well as priesthood and just everything that I do with you all. So I'm honored to share the cosmic oracle reading for us on this plasma. And so, yes, I am Kin 181, the red crystal dragon, and I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation, and I am guided by the power of space. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe-yo. Ooh, oh, there we go. All right, y'all. So, yes, these are known as the core reading. These are cosmic oracle readings of evolution based on the Destiny Kin oracle within the law of time concepts. And so as we get into or allow ourselves to get prepared, again, I just want to encourage us to breathe and stay present, really listen to what is showing up in our awareness as we flow, as we continue to flow through the session. And so one thing that can help us to connect and stay focused is what I've what I call the mindset of a synchronaut. A synchronaut is any one of us that are consciously aware of how we are navigating through the synchronicities, being mindful that, a lot of these things are not coincidences. We are putting out frequencies that create these different experiences that we're having individually and collectively. And so the mindset of a synchronaut basically focuses on four main things. Um, and it's basically us recognizing that we are living expressions of divine synergy in motion. So excuse me, I apologize. I'm sitting outside one moment. I apologize for that. I decided to sit outside today to do the oracle reading. And so I'm going to head back out there once the noise died down. So, where I was at was talking about how we are living expressions of divine synergy. And that means that, through us recognizing that we are divine frequency beings, we also are living expressions of that. So that's us embodying our Kenergy and all of the 260 kin within all of us to make certain shifts and create our experiences. And so as we do that, we also are remembering what our divine purpose is through these synchronicities. It's, the way that we connect with the events that we experience, or, I'm going to say the events that we experience in our life. It awakens us to remember who we are and why we are here. And so we are put in a position where we can consciously create sacred expressions of that divine expression of the energy we embody. And so, particularly on this heptad, or as we're closing out of the white heptad, we're moving from the remembrance into consciously creating these expressions, so that throughout this next heptad, I would love for us to focus on uh, consciously creating these sacred expressions of who we are. So then when we get to the yellow heptad, we can move into, seeing how doing that helps us to fulfill our soul's mission in all spaces of natural time. And so that's what the mindset of a synchronaut is. Another way of looking at it is imagining yourself as an astronaut or a synchronicity traveler, just like when you're getting in your car and you're making moves for the day, you can look at it from that perspective. And so in regards to that, keep that in mind. We are focusing on remembering our purpose, bringing it to the forefront of our mind so we can consciously create these sacred expressions. And so with that, I want to invite you all to speak out loud your galactic signature. And we're going to do this a little bit different today, so that we can really hone in on the words that we're speaking. Allow each word to resonate within your body. Like, feel your emotions, pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to what you may be physically experiencing. And, that's what's going to help you to, connect the dots with, or connect with your Kenergy. And so how we're going to do this is we're going to take a moment to breathe so we can ground ourselves in the present moment. And then we're going to move into saying our affirmation by saying, as a living expression of. Then you're going to say your kin number, its name, and then move into your galactic signature. Ashe? And so what we're going to do differently this time is I'm going to mic down. so I'm going to say as a living expression of, and then I'm going to mic down, and that allows us to just focus in on saying our personal affirmations. Okay. All right, so y'all ready? I'm ready. All right. And yes, also, if you do not know your kin number, please feel free to share your date of birth in the chat. We also are encouraging you to email us so that you can get more information. So if you don't feel comfortable putting in the chat, you are more than welcome to send an email to let us know that you want to know your your kin number. Okay. All righty. So let's go ahead and allow our bodies to find a place of stillness, as possible. We're going to inhale in our nose, real deep, filling up our lungs. And then we're going to slowly exhale, letting it all out. And then you're going to slowly inhale, filling it back up, and exhale, and return to your natural breathing pattern. All right. So now let's move into saying our affirmation. So, as a living expression of, all right, go ahead and continue. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashayo. Right. So may that we all took upon the opportunity to state our affirmations. By us doing so, not only are we tapping into our own energy, we took a moment to do this together. So we are also unifying our energies, because we embody all 260 kin. We heard that already. We hear it multiple times. So just remember that. Ashe. All righty. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a little bit of the background behind the Oracle board, where this information is coming from. The Destiny Kin Oracle board provides us with a fifth dimensional template to sustain our cosmic synergy as multi-dimensional beings here on Earth and throughout the entire universe. So not only are we shifting and evolving things, within ourselves, it shifts and changes things of, how we conduct ourselves and what take place on Earth and all the way out to in the beyond. This is not just us doing it here on Earth. Our frequencies get emitted throughout the whole entire cosmos. Okay. And so this serves as a meditative compass. It's a collective evolutionary tool that helps us to navigate through the synchronicities of natural time cycles. And so on the Oracle board, it's a layout. It shows the template for all of the technically, yes, all of the 260 kin, but more specifically, the 20 archetypes, because each archetype has a general template for the other archetypes that are a part of that Destiny Oracle. So I pulled out the template for the kin that we're on today, which is kin 213, where we have the red Skywalker. And so Priestess Mood did an amazing breakdown, giving us a general insight as to the different archetypes that are a part of the red Skywalker's Destiny Oracle. And so just to do a quick recap, mostly talking about what each position represents. In the center, that represents the soul focus, the soul kin body. And, because I remember a couple of sessions ago. I forget which Ken in our tribe mentioned this in the chat, but I grabbed a screenshot of it because it blew my mind when she said it. That's the first time I had seen it be said that way. And they were like, did I hear Soul Ken or Zoken? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. So yeah, this the Zoken is, a resemblance of our soul kin. Ashe. So yes, the kin in the center represents what we're focusing on. Down below, that is the position of the emotional body. That's the fuel that's gonna motivate us and inspire us, and it's gas in our car to get us moving. On the left, that position is the mental body. That's where we recognize the gift in the challenge. That's one thing that I do my best to remind myself is that these challenging experiences, or what we may consider or perceive as challenges, are actually opportunities for learning, for growth, for us to open up our gifts, be open and receive our gifts. And so I just want to drop that nugget for us to, shift the way we may be thinking about different challenges. Over on the right, that position represents the physical body. And so the physical body, or the physical kin, is what's supporting all the energy that's in movement, and what it's producing. So it includes our physical body. It includes whatever is material, materialized. So our physical body, our environments, and just what we observe in this, the 3D realm of things. And so that is what each of those represents. And so when you look at the oracle board, you will see that in that above box, in the box above, it is blank. And the archetype that sits there is dependent on the galactic tone. And so with us being on Kin 213, this is the overtone, which is like you can notice that by the bar that you see above the red Skywalker glyph. And so that is what gives us the red dragon that's sitting in that spirit guide position. And the spirit guide is like it was telling us, it's like our counselor, as Brother Akil has mentioned. It's the guide. It's telling us which direction to actually move in. So it's like, come on, baby, follow me. That's what the spirit guide does. It helps us to see, or it basically gives us direction. And so when we look at how all 5 of these elements connect together, this is what's known as the Fifth Force Oracle. So it shows the dynamic energy layout for integrating the 5 dimensions of self, so that we can operate in that multi-dimensional wholeness of who we are. Ashe? All right. So with that, let's go in a little deeper and look at how it shows up for us within the Red Moon wave spell. The wave spell I look at as missions. So the mission is, or that we're focusing on, in the cycle where we currently are, is the power of universal water. Excuse me, the universal water that purifies our flow. It purifies the flow to nurture the birth of who we are being and what we are creating as, in the physical. And so I love how High Priestess talks about it in a way of like, after we give birth, when we wash off, when the baby gets cleaned up and all that good stuff, that's essentially what we're doing throughout this wave spell. So we're purifying our bodies, we're purifying our energy, we're purifying all of the different aspects of, our experience. And so with us being on the Red Overtone Skywalker, we could look more closely as to how it shows up in this wave spell to do that. So it is a redkin. So just like with the heptads, the Redkins, or this Red Skywalker, is where we have this opportunity to come into new knowledge, or to recall the knowledge that's initiating a new perspective. So as we are, purifying the birth of who we are, allow this plasma to give you new insights about who you are, how you're showing up, how are you flowing, how are you nurturing yourself to be how you know in your heart and soul you're meant to be and show up. And so the Red Skywalker is the power of space. So it's where we come into the presence of being wakeful so that we can explore. And so the overtone is the frequency with this, where we're focusing on commanding, which is going to empower our radiance. So the remix of the affirmation involves the wave spell we're in, and how the energy is expressed in or where how we consciously process the insights, and how we move into these frequencies. So we're empowering the power within us to purify the flow in order to explore. So it's like, we got to clear up some things so that we can move around and about and give birth to who we are. And we're doing what we're focusing on this plasma is commanding the wakefulness. We are commanding ourselves to be present, to be fully aware of ourselves. Ashe? And so with that, we get to express it in all spaces of time with that overtone of radiance. So we're empowering our radiance as we're being guided by the red dragon, the power of birth, guided by nurturing ourselves. And so I did see a question in the chat about the 5 dimensions of self. So that includes the soul, the spirit, the mental, the emotional, and the physical body. So that is, how I, decided to like call the different aspects, because essentially that is what it is. That's how it shows us the different aspects of who we are, and in this physical experience. Ashe. So also you can see some connections with that if you look at the bottom left corner. That shows the 5 dimensions of self right there. So that's like our our legend down at the bottom. So just in case you might not, just in case you need to refer to that. And so yes, on this plasma, we're focusing on that overtone frequency. We want to put out the frequency of empowering ourselves. And so I love that question that each of the tones present for us, which is with the overtone, it says, how can I best empower myself? So how can we empower ourselves on this plasma? We can use this Destiny Oracle to navigate within ourselves, to bring up those things so that we can be in the know. Ashe? All right. So we talked about what we're focusing on. We're focusing on 1, commanding our wakefulness. So we're commanding ourselves to be present. And we're being guided by the red overtone dragon, that's showing us which direction to move in. So as we are commanding ourselves to be wakeful, to be present, we're guiding it towards commanding our being. So essentially it's saying like, okay, let's be present. Let's recognize who we are being in this moment or in every moment, so that we can nurture the birth of who we are. Nurture the birth of the sacred expressions we want to put out in this world. So we got to start by being present, and that's one thing I love about this cosmology. No matter where you are in your journey, we can even say that we might be backsliding or whatever the case may be, but it's none of that. It's because it's a continuous evolution. That was some of the things that was mentioned in the chat earlier. Like we're continuously evolving. And so as we stay focused on moving in this direction, we can then, tap into that power of nurturing the birth of who we are. And so there are different ways to connect with the Destiny Can Oracle. The way that I'm doing it today is just to present some of my favorite ways of utilizing it, but there are multiple ways. Like, it's not one just solid concrete way of connecting with it. So my favorite way of doing it is as above, so below. That's why I always start with the center and talk about the spirit guide, because that's the as above and so below. And then I like to move into the emotions, the mental, and the physical. And so with that, I'm going to do it in the order of the colors. Being that we're on a red can, it's a lot easier to connect it in that way as well. So we're going to look at the physical body, where we have the white overtone world bridger. And so remember, this is with supporting us in holding the focus and putting out what we're focusing on, being aware of our physical environment outside of us, being aware of our physical self, as well as internally, basically it's showing us how we're connecting, or our relationship on an internal level. And so to support us in being present, we are also going to command the opportunity to be present, the opportunity to give birth to who we are, through equalizing death. So that's even when we're being present in the moment, like recognizing, all right, say, for example, say you want to, I'm going to just use, yeah, okay. For example, say you want to nurture yourself to be a better educator or a better parent, or whatever the case may be, right? So when we're being present, we take a moment to pause and look at ourselves and be like, okay, I want to nurture myself to be more of how I know in my spirit I'm meant to show up. So by that awareness, we can command this opportunity to do so. And so we're like, okay, yep, I'm going to command it. I'm going to, focus on being a better teacher, a better parent, et cetera, right? And so when we're doing that and we start to recognize what we're commanding and empowering ourselves to do, what comes up is for us to equalize the death. So what that means is we're, one, surrendering to the fact that, this is our intention, and also recognizing some things that may not be in alignment that's helping us to purify the flow of us showing up as so. So like, for example, you want to be a teacher or a better parent. It's like, okay, what things am I doing that may not be contributing to me showing up as such? And so when we recognize that, we got to surrender and let go of the things that's not helping us to nurture and sustain that. So that is how it supports us in internally and externally. That's how we create that bridge. And it's so dope because, again, this is the world bridger. We're bridging our internal world with the external world. Ashe? All right. So we're going to move into the mental body, where we have the blue overtone night. And, this is where we're strengthening our focus. So, I get it, like myself, even in that example, that's pretty much me. I'm growing and evolving as an educator and a parent, right? So when I look at some of the challenges that I experienced in nurturing myself and staying present in that, knowing, I could even look at this blue overtone night which is saying like, okay, now command the intuition to dream. So it's encouraging us to dream of, how we see ourselves, to tap into our intuition, because that's what's showing us the divine abundance. So like just being able to just sit in that dream space. It can show up just like daydreams. It can show up literally in our dreams when we're asleep. We could just sit and, allow these different possibilities and visions to show up in our minds. And that's how we can recognize or connect with, our intuition. because if you can dream it, you can create it, right? It just takes for us to, continue practicing that patience to transform these things. So whatever challenges that you may be experiencing, or that you may be experiencing, command your intuition. Go, remember to stay present, stay wakeful. Remember the opportunities that you are commanding. Remember that you got to nurture yourself and the opportunity. So allow inspiring us, it's giving us that motivation, right? And so it is encouraging us to realize the art of it, so that we could beautify it in an elegant way, so we can gracefully stay present in, creating our dreams of the opportunities to beautify the elegance of nurturing ourselves, beautify the elegance of staying present. So we get to realize the art. It's not only is it coming into our awareness, we're making it real now. So we're being inspired or motivated emotionally, or fueled up emotionally, to realize the artistry of it. Like, it's an art to a lot of these things that that we do, whether we recognize it or not. So tap into your artistry today, the art of who you are, and beautify it, make it elegant, make it graceful, be graceful. Ashe. And so when we put all of this together, it helps us to bond with the illusion. So not only, so we're bonding with the illusion, and we're also putting the illusion together. Ashe. And that's what's going to activate the magic within all of us, so that we can purify the flow and endure giving birth to who we are, what we do, and what we are creating. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe yo. And so I thoroughly enjoyed sharing the cosmic oracle reading of evolution for us on this plasma. I am definitely about to be all up in this chat. Actually, I'm gonna do my best not to be blowing up the chat too much. I'm gonna try to take my notes, write some notes and stuff down. Ashe. So may that you all got some divine insights. May that you know, you know, that you got some, that you got some insights. Like Priestess Moot said earlier, you do not have to remember all of these things. High Priestess reminds of that. High Priestess reminds us of that too. Just listen for the message. That's one thing she said to us before. Like, listen to the message. Don't try to digest everything. Like, oh, you got to remember this and that. Da da da. Like, just listen to the message, because that's what's activating you and walking in your divinity. And so I love y'all. May that you enjoy your creation today. I love y'all. Stay peace. Much love.
All right. Y'all heard it. Y'all got that oracle reading for this plasma. So be about it. Ashe. Thank you so much, Priestess Initiate, Moon Goddess, Ambrosia, Ken 181, for that rendition of the Skywalker, Ashe, and all that encompasses all that we are. She threw out those gems, y'all. So my hope is that you caught them, because they are very valuable. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. So we've come to that moment in time to be about our natural time, to bring up none other than High Priestess Ma'at Makaru Amen, our cosmic knowledge and spiritual wisdom instructor for this plasma. She definitely holds true to the vision of what we're doing here in MIMEC. She's been holding this torch for each and every one of us, right? Since MIMEC came onto the scene, what, 8, 9, some odd years ago. And I'm just grateful that she's standing firm, feet flat on the ground, tall, courageous, okay, to be able to continue to pull us through every single thing that we're doing here in MIMEC. So thank you for showing up again. I'm going to go ahead and yield my mic and bring her in. Ashe.
The high priestess of MIMEC. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.
All right. Great dawning, everyone. Welcome to Aligning with the Cycles again, right? And definitely excited to be here this dawning, as usual, right? So just am I being heard? Let's find that out first before I keep talking. I think I am. All right. So I tell you what, man, again, I was saying this on the last session, God bless you. Good night. Right here. This is right. These two priestess Mu'mat Nefer Habibullah and Moon Goddess and Ambrosia the Fifth Fourth Oracle really gave us a lot that we could just walk away with right now, right? So definitely an honor to be in the space and having them bring through the information on the cycles that we're in, the cycles within cycles that we're in, also the Oracle, and wow. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this real quick, right? Before we get into it, as you know, we have events. We have in-person events on all the every solstice and on the equinox. Actually, on the winter solstice, that one is online. But the fall equinox is coming up sooner than we think, and we will be having our 8th annual melanin frequency convergence, right? And so we have an information session coming up tomorrow on July 11th, right, at 10 a.m. It will be short and sweet. There are a few of you who have been asking about what's this gonna be like? Who gonna be there? You know how we are. We be like, who gonna be there, right? I need to know who's gonna be there, So you'll find out all of that on the session tomorrow. So definitely come through, right? 10 a.m. And you can go to the website. Just go to our events page. We do have some stuff that we need to add to the events page, but you will find this there, and then just give us your RSVP and you'll get the information on where to join tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Also, listen. I say low key. I'm gonna be traveling this summer, right? And so we have a fundraiser that we're doing for that. I'll be doing a book tour, right? Just impromptu, right? So here's how you can help support, right? We have these lovely, lovely womb evolution technique mats. They are infused with our womb sutras and some other things, right? So when you sit on them, you know, you're going to get that energy, and definitely you're going to put your own in it, right? That's of utmost importance. Shout out to Sister Yai, Kim 141, whose idea was to even have these mats, and she did the logo. I mean, she put the logos on them and everything. So definitely give a big shout out to her. But so you can go to our MIMEC Meta Shop and you will see these packages there where you get the mat and you get a book, and you can get your choice of those books, and these will be author signed copies, right? So I'm gonna have them shipped to me, and I'll be signing them and sending them out to you, so you know they got some energy and things on them. They make great gifts, but they also help to support this movement. And so if you are, you know, you want me to pull up, let me know. Holler at me, and then help us out with the travel and things like that. I'm just, you know, looking to go just grassroots. Let's just go and get in with the people. So definitely let us know if you are really interested in that. You can email me at highpriestess@melanatedimmortals.com. And let me know where you are, you know, and in a group of people. Like I'm you know, I'm not talking about just, you know, coming hanging out and be like, girl, let's go to the cafe. Let's see you over here in the DMV. We might be able to do that, right? So this is how you can support us. This information is in the MIMEC Meta Shop. And while we're talking about the MIMEC Meta Shop, all right, y'all do know that we sold out, right, of all the Orisha stones, right? You know, I'm always wearing mine up on here, right? And so we just got a whole bunch of new things in, including this ring, right? This one, if y'all can see this is silver and turquoise, right? Gorgeous. That he also has another one that is that he sent in. That's it's a chakra ring. It has 7 stones on it, right? Let me I want to show my background real quick, right? Okay, that's not really okay, so you know we have this, but we also just sent this one too. It's heavy. Y'all see that? Okay, this is on the MIMEC. We only got one of them, and when I tell you this thing has so much energy, this is jade, I believe, right? And the energy coming off of this thing is absolutely crazy. So we have so many new things that are going to be coming. They will be posted. Someone asked, oops, okay, now messing stuff up. Okay, somebody asked about an ankh necklace. We only have one of those. So when you see it, get it, right? Because we sold out. Okay, so definitely you know, check us out, right? So all right, so let's get into it. What am I? Okay, let me go back to the original. Thank you. Right, we have that. We have another statue too. I mean, it's a lot of things. It's a lot. We have a Kali necklace. That thing is off the charts. When child, let me tell you, I can't wait. We'll have them posted probably maybe sometime today or tomorrow. We will have them posted. All right, so let's get into it. Right, we are here, as you heard, right, but by these two lovely ladies that came on before me, right? We heard, or goddesses, I ain't gonna call them ladies, goddesses, right? They came on and they gave us a lot of information to chew on, and things that we can do, and how to, and inspiration and all of it, right? And so we are here in this wave spell of the red moon. And so we just started this cycle, right? Because we are now on the 5th archetype, right? And as I always say, all of the archetypes in this wave spell have a vibration of what the entire wave spell is doing, right? So let's look at what this entire wave spell is doing in this perspective, right? We heard Reese's Mood tell us all about the Zokin, and I saw it in the chat, the soul kin, right? I love it, right? And as you know, there are 260 of us soul kins in there, right? And we make up the 260 expressions of the creator, right? So again, and I heard Moon Goddess talking about this, we don't really have to keep asking that question. Who are we, right? Why are we here? Because this is telling us, right? If you accept this perspective, as we know, right? As we know, this universe is programmable, right? When we're in the 3rd dimension, right, we get to program our experience or have it programmed for us. And that's what we have been experiencing, right? The programming for us. And so now we're saying, nah, you know what? I want to get in on it. If somebody gonna program my experience, it's gonna be me, right? Because I came in as one of these 260 expressions of the creator. And I have the full authority, seniority, and priority over any and everything in my experience. And notice what I did not say. I didn't say anybody, right? Because as everybody just as we used to say, as everybody just rocks their spot, you won't be worried about that. You will not be concerned about controlling somebody or having somebody control you. Just rock your spot, right? Put all of the energy in and around you. And you do not have to ask for permission, right? Now, I'm going to sound like a blasphemer when I say this, but y'all used to me by now, right? You don't have to ask you. I'm telling you, you ain't got to ask your ancestors for permission. You are your ancestors. Right? They waiting for you. You don't have to appease them for your power. It's already inherent in you. You have an alignment issue, right? Or divinement issue. It's already a part of you. You're in the 3rd dimension, operating in your physical formation, right? So you are the greatest thing of all of them. And it's all culminating in all of your cells, in your physicality, right? So, but be in cooperation, right? Collusion, right? Coordination, coordinate, right? With all that that is here, all of the entities that are here in support. But it is you, right? You are them. You just, maybe because of the program, we don't remember that yet. Or we are not as adept in holding that frequency. We might know it, right? But we may not be as adept in holding that frequency when something occurs, right? Okay, we're going to talk about that as we move forward in this, right? So where are we in this cycle? That's where we started, right? So we talked about the Zokin. We're 260 expressions, and we're one of them. We're one of the expressions of the Creator on earth in full authority, period. Right? And we have these cosmologies. We are not underneath any cosmologies. This is not a religion. We are not bound to anything. Right? This is a map. It helps to guide the divine being through this time on earth. That's what it's doing. It's kind of like a map. It coordinates you based on how you came in. Right? You're not underneath the cosmology. You create cosmologies. You create planets, cosmos, beings. There is a time where you can go back to just being still. Go back into matter. What is a noon, right? There are so many different things, but that is all you. I always say our greatest ancestor is source. Right? That's the ultimate ancestor. The most ancient ancestor is source. Right? Why are we talking about this on this plasma? Because we're talking about destiny. Right? So where are we in this cycle? Right? In this cycle, we are a perspective of where we are in this cycle is that we're in that cycle number 5, preparation for the new birth. And you're going to see why I say it that way, why that's the perspective, right? Because we just finished the cycle. We just completed an evolutionary cycle with intelligence, which means we can use what we learned, what we evolved into. We can use it. And now we're going to put all of that into this divine vessel, just like it happens when we are in those last 4, I'm gonna say weeks, right, of the birthing period, right, where the baby is growing and becoming beautiful, right? More weight, all the excess hairs are coming off, they're growing more hair, right? The melanin is coming in, popping, right? The lungs are expanding so that when they come into this new birth, it's a new paradigm, right? Because when they in the water, they still in the water. In that last trimester, those last few heptads of that trimester, they're still in the water, right? So it's a purification. They are becoming a being, right? Which is where we're gonna go when we come back to cycle number 1. Let's talk about that a little bit, right? So we are in this group, this wave spell group of purified art, right? And shout out to the new folks, right? I know there's some new folks. I saw some people putting in their date of births and getting their kin numbers. So welcome. Definitely you want to go to the website and sign up on the email list so that you can get notifications of when we are going to have our orientation session, right? For those who are new, and you can ask any questions. And actually, we will have a Q&A session after this as well. If you after I finish, I'll open it up for any questions, right? Okay, so we're in this group of purified art. Remember, I just said, right? We are starting here. We're going in to we are purifying our being, right? And then we're going to come out at the end in this star wave spell, which is a wave spell of beauty and art, right? It is an art to being one of us. It is amazing. If we follow what it's like in the cosmos, and you guys have probably heard me say this over the years, right? If we follow what happens in the cosmos that mimics one of us, right? It's a solar system or galactic changing thing that happens, right? If by chance there is a comet big enough to hit our sun, right? That is going to be a galactic event. That is the same thing that happens every time one of us come into this formation, right? When we come in as God in the physical, right? It makes a big difference. It should be a big bang that happens when the creator come down, right? It's kin 213. That's what we're talking about today. Or any of the ones that you are. You understand? Right? And so once we create in this formation, we make a big deal about it. It's cycles within cycles. We go through a cycle where we just attune with the frequencies of the past and the future. It takes 4 cycles of 13 to just get us in attunement with the life force. Right? And so now we're in this cycle where we are purifying. And this is, again, it's easy to, if you don't, you don't have to be so technical about things. This is a natural cycle because this is the same thing that happens every time we are giving birth. The same thing, the purification. You become a whole being. That's what's happening, right? The red moon is called the healer, the wholer. You become a whole being. And that question that I have been asking for cycles, what is our species? And what is the purpose and the function of a human? Or what we call a human? Right? That is, we're going to have different answers to that question, but I would say, make a decision about that. Because this is the cycle of being pure. So if you're waffling about, I don't know if I'm a divine being, a holy being, a sacred being, a enlightened one, a cosmic one, just, okay, all of that. Whatever it is, be pure in it. This is the pure. It's going to make you whole. You're going to make you whole. It is you. Right? Think about these things as parts of your unencumbered self. The one that's thinking, the one that's awakened, and it is more, I'm going to say, consciously tapped in to the physical in a third dimensional, and I'm going to say a second, two-dimensional perspective, right? That one is encumbered, and it doesn't make it bad, good, left, right, none of that. Don't even think about it like that. But you have an unencumbered self and selves, right? That are in full support because they know what they are. Sometimes we have to allow or give way. I know there's an etymology behind the word allow, right? So give way, right? To those things, to those things that are unencumbered, to let them do what they do without your control, right? So we're in that wave spell purified out, right? So we're in the red moon, right? We're purifying, we refine it by the spirit. We're gonna breathe the pure spirit in. We're gonna let that breath, we're gonna be in communion with it, and it is going to be our voice, right? The wind is the speaking tube of spirit, of the creator, of God, of, whatever you want to say. Is whatever your speaking tube is. That's it. Whatever you say. I saw somebody put in superhuman. Okay. Also, divine being, infinite beings, cosmic beings. The speaking tube, whatever you commune with, when you purify that, you become whole in that, right? Then that wind wave spell is your communion. It's your voice, right? Then we go to the eagle wave spell, right? That's now going to transform that voice into the mind of that whole being, that purified being. The mental, it's going to create the mentality and the vision, right? Remember that I say, this is my perspective, that this is the preparation before birth, right? That eagle is going to support the whole vision of that. It's going to create the mental state. It's going to create the endeavors, what we're going to experience. This is a great time to prepare your minds, your bodies, to align with your purified, your pure spirit, the pure source of who you are. A great way to do it is to tap further in to your galactic signature, right? To who you are, right? Then it's going to then come out in this art. Beauty and elegance. What happens when the baby comes out? What's the first thing we do? We say, oh my God, right? Right? Beauty and elegance. You wonder how you created this beautiful, beautiful being. That's how we need to be on Kin number 1. Oh my God. And we talking about you. Right? How did you just create this beautiful work of art? That is the creator walking. That's you. Be in awe. Ancestral wisdom evolved. We did many, many, many great things. Created all kinds of stuff all over the planet. We were everywhere. Right? But it's time. We're not in those times anymore, right? We don't, again, here we go, right? I sound like a blasphemer. Listen, we built pyramids, we did this, we did a whole bunch of things. And we created different, cultural groups. And we let one of those cultural groups in particular enslave us and program us, and they probably had the help of other beings, right? But we that's what happened, right? So we don't necessarily want to return to that exact formation, right? We want to evolve it. We take it to the next level, because they are us. We in here now. They ain't here now saying, okay, all right, I see what happened. I got it. Come on, bloodline. We're going to take this to the next level. Right? All right. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Y'all all right? No, y'all mad at me going blasphemy? I don't think so. I think I'm talking to like-minded, right? Let's go here. We on Kin 213, the red overtone Skywalker that says we empower in order to explore. Commanding wakefulness. We seal the output of space with the overtone tone of radiance, and we are guided by the power of birth. All right. Ashe, and Ashe. Oh, so let's take a look into this a little further, right? So we're here in this red moon wave spell, and how can I move this thing out of the way? Okay, all right. Anyway, and so we started with Kin 209, and shout out to Sister Shalathia, Kin 209, the red magnetic moon, right? And so that archetype initiated, it's initiating a cycle. Why are we saying it's initiating a cycle? Because it's red. Red initiates, white refines, blue, black transforms, and yellow completes the cycle. So on Kin 209, we unified in order to purify. So we became one with being pure. And again, when you think about purity, it might be what's pure is like you take the dirt off of it, but you don't it's not stripping it down like white sugar, right? That's not pure, right? So we become one with with purification, attracting flow. So we need to know. See, so let's go back to the white sugar thing. This is why it's not pure, right? Because what happens is when you take that sugar, I'm just using this as an example. I'm not trying to give a health lesson, right? I'm using it as an example. What they say, right, is when you have the white sugar, your body goes and starts to search. It has a signal that this is supposed to be sugar cane. And it starts to go search for everything that's supposed to be bonded with that. And then what does it do? It starts taking it from other areas of your body, trying to make it whole. Right? So then now it's out of whack. It doesn't know what to do. So when we go into purification, right? When we go into this red moon, wait a minute, hold on. You coming in here and you trying to tell me that you a duck, but you really a goose, right? I don't know, whatever come, right? And so what it's doing is you say, hey, I'm one with purification. Okay, I'm here, red moon. Please give me my flow, right? My natural flow. I'm a duck. So then what happens is the red moon gonna go look for okay, wait a minute. You're not a duck, right? Because you don't have all the parts to being a duck. So it's something to it. It's not just about putting some great grandiose name on what you say you are. Right? Here's I have a personal example. When I was given the name Makaru, and it was divined on, I didn't know nothing about no Makaru. I ain't know nothing about Ma'at. I knew there was a lady that held some scales and, whatever. Somebody told me something. But at the time that I was given the name, I didn't know anything about it. Right. And I was surprised when I got the name. I was like, okay, whatever. So I took on that name and I didn't know, but I did fully intend to operate as Ba'at. I had full intentions. And child, let me tell you what happened. And my whole life got turned upside down. Right? So if you going into the moon and you say, hey, I'm Ba'at. Is that right? And you are okay. And in Makaru, right? Okay, so Makaru is true of voice, or the correct sound of the M is of, and then Ma'at, right? True, balance, harmony, peace, justice, right? And you actually, that's who you are. And you, oh yeah, I am Makaru. Okay. Well, in Makaru, let's see. It's only one way to find out, right? They said F around and find out. Right? It sounds peaceful, right? My peace, right? And peace literally means that the word, right? It sounds like peace, like a peace, right? But if you look at the etymology of the word peace, it literally means to bring together, to bond together. That's what peace means, the etymology of it, right? So Ma'at is, there's one of the attributes of Ma'at is that peace. Well, okay, and so you gonna bond together? You gonna be whole? Oh, okay. Well, excuse me. I'm gonna go back to my birth name. It says, excuse me, Kimberly, right? If you from the country, it's Kimberly. You see all these things that's raggedy going on, that's not at peace. They're not bonded together as whole. If you fully intend to carry this name and these attributes, okay, let's go then, right? I'm gonna say probably it's only been since MIMEC. I'm trying to think. Maybe in the last 10 years, I think that I've literally been using the Makaru part of my name. Right? Formula, and it's still more to go, right? It's still more to go. But I've had the name for about 20 years. And there's still things being put on. So when I say this, because I be getting people hype, right? Hype me up. Hype me up, right? And then 5 years down the road, y'all be like, I listened to that. There you go, high priestess. And I took on this name of the best, greatest of forever. And I done put them all together, and I'm the mostest of the most, right? That's the name I took on. And man, I done got caught up in some crazy stuff because she got me hyped. So I got to tell you both sides of it. You have to be that. That's who you are, then that's what you're going to be, right? Because that's this 210 coming in. Right? That's Dr. Jewel Pookrum, 210. That's, you know what I'm saying? Says, I polarize in order to love, right? You're going to break up all of this. You say this is what you are. Okay, let's break it up. Let's see what it is and see if you're going to stay loyal to that. When you lose your house, your car, your mate, your prestige, because you done lost your job or your business, everything got turned up. Because you took on divinity, you took on evolution. And at that point in your life, right? You thought that everything was going to stay like that because you intended for divinity. You intended to be, you thought, okay, I'm going to take on this and everything is just going to be more pleasant, when it wasn't set up, because the platform in which all of those things came in, right, was based on your secondary nature, the program, the trauma, the karma, the drama, the situation, circumstances, problems. They came from that. And so when you say, hey, I'm going to be primary now, a lot of us know this that have been through transformation, right? And I'm saying transformation, if you look at the map of these cycles, right, literally going through a 13-year period of transformation. Yeah. And I'm not saying these things don't happen in other cycles, but man, you be feeling it in transformation. You don't have to. Why? Because we have the information about it now, right? We know now what to look out for, right? And so when you take these things on and you think that it's going to be, something that is, because I'm like, oh, my God is peace. Oh, justice. Oh, harmony, reciprocity. Oh, right. But now if you fully intend that, it need to happen in real time, not just in your head, in your endeavors, right? Now, I'm not saying that to tell somebody not to do it. I'm just saying be aware. Sometimes you might, somebody may need to say out loud that this is what happens, right? We've had these experiences. I'm not the only one that's had these experiences, right? I'm just saying it out loud, right? So you know that you're not alone. You're not by yourself. And those who have already experienced these things and come out on the other side, we may have some information that may be helpful, right? Doesn't mean you're not going to go through it. It's how you go through it, right? So this Kin 210 is coming in with that challenge. You gonna stay true to this? Yeah, you thought that name was uh-huh. All right. You say you're gonna be the full embodiment of divinity, high priestess. Okay. And this is, again, it's also not a one-time thing. It's not a one-time thing. It really isn't, right? I'll tell you, I got stories and we ain't got time for all my stories, right? It's not a one-time thing, right? It's just you become adept, right? And there's a lot we don't know. I believe that there's a space in which you may not have to. The reason I say that is because these things are happening in a certain vibration, right? They're happening within this frequency of war, conflict. We've been saying this for a long time. War, conflict, deficit, defense, fear, right? And so as we now we work our way out of that being what we're bumping up against, right? Then now we have a new paradigm. That says we primary. We're the primary creator. We came in as this frequency. We don't know. It's nonsensical. Combat, conflict, war, deficit, defense, fear is nonsensical to us. But exploration, ooh, adventure, ooh, joy, ooh, love, when we see each other like, oh my God, right? We saying that to each other, oh my God, oh my God. You know, when you see your girlfriend, we just doing that to each other, oh my God, right? Because we in full remembrance, right? Excitement. True, what if this is our true nature? Not, I don't know about that person. Right? Just excitement. This is why, if you go back to the melanated frequency, you go into the acts of unity. We have one where you just view everybody in joy and excitement. Right? Just like you do when you taking a walk in nature and you're grounding, we need to be there with each other, remembering that we are the mycelium of source tree. We the most beautiful thing on the planet. It's one of us. And all of us. Right? And I know it don't, that the program says, oh, hell no. It's some ugly people, some people that stank. You know, it's, you know, they know they not. I don't like their attitude. Right? I know. We can shift it. Right? All right. So we got 210 telling us, all right, you know, you're gonna love it, right? Let's see if you really love what you say, right? If you really know what that means to embody these frequencies, right? And then 211, shout out to Sister Eshe, right? Says, let's activate this now in the illusion. And bond with it, right? As we say, when we get to the blue monkeys, when we talk about these illusions, we say, we'll use them. I'll use them. Right? We activate in order to play. Dance with joy. Bonded with the illusions that you are using, right? In this dimension. You make everything you. So then now there ain't no resistance. Right? As we always say, your ass below look like your ass above. Right? It can happen. We go to 212. 212, that's the self-existing human. The self-existing human says we are defining, I define in order to influence. Then you have influence. Now, let's go back to what we said. We're purifying before birth. Right? We're defining the influence while we're in the womb. Right? These energies, these vibrations are setting up our pure form, our whole form. The red moon is the healer. And how we gonna flow? Kin 212 comes in and holds the position that says they're gonna define this influence. Because we took on our new frequency, who we are becoming when we on 209. Right? 210 made us stick with it. 211 activated it with the illusions. Gave us that's the master magician, gave us the ability to play around with it. Play around and bond it to the illusion, because you're going to need that when you come into the new birth. Right? Because that's what this world is. And then 212 says, now we're going to put our influence on it. right? We're going to define the influence that we're going to have in the world with wisdom. Remember, I talked about the particles that we have, that our conscious self, our waking self, right? The thinking self, right? The ones that don't have to think because they're unencumbered. That's that divine will. That's that free will. They don't have to think. If we coordinate, right, with our unencumbered energies, right, then we can measure how free our will is, right? Because we know when to use the thinking self and we know when to allow or to give way to the unencumbered self, or that shit is just on automatic. That's wisdom, right? It's trust. For the will to be free, you need to trust it, right? That's why I always say there's a difference between free reign and free will, right? Then we go to where we are today on Kin 213, right? Which is the overtone Skywalker, where we literally get to go into the command of our destiny. So let's take a look at that, right? And I'm telling you, I'm just loving these slides, right? We in power, right? We are in power. I think we built that up in order to explore, right? Explore. Why do I have, we are empowered to shout out our destiny, right? Explore means to shout out, right? That's why it's explore, or to go out. We now have the power to shout out our destiny. So like how when Moon Goddess has us do the say our signatures in the beginning, right? That's the shout out, right? We shout out our destiny. This is the expression that we came in on. And we have the full authority, seniority, and priority beyond, over, in, within, whatever it is that's already been programmed for us. You just say, you know what? No resistance. Hold on, hold that for, they say, hold that thought. Hold that thought. I'm about to shout out my destiny. I'm about to have a holy moment. I'm gonna put my hand up. Put your hand up and say, woo! Okay, 213. Commanding wakefulness, right? In command of being awakened to it. Remember when I was talking about the unencumbered self, right? We shouting it out, right? We got that influence. We're trusting that our divine will. And now we are commanding ourselves to be, so we're like, okay, right, all right, I know, I got it. We got my thinking mind, and then I got this unencumbered, right? And it's always working for me anyway. And we just say, unencumbered, can you put some of that in the waking consciousness? Or how we do this together, how we command this together. Is there a way? Like, come on, I'm listening now. I trust it now. Because I'm all about this destiny. I'm all about commanding the prophetic flow of who I came here to be on earth. I'm going to be that. It's the safest thing to do, right? You don't spend all your time not being yourself and whatever and kicking rocks in the rain, right? Even if you go through a period it's a period of adjustment. What I was talking about when I took on the name, right? I had to adjust my environment, right? I had to do it again when I took on evolution. Everything blew up. right? Everything. But now I understand that. I know why. I was for a long time, I was, outside with the ugly crack. I just happened to me. I'm just trying to be divided. Right? Right? I was. Real talk. Right? I want to do it again. Anyway, I like doing it. So, but I understand that what was happening is I'm saying these things, right? I'm saying these things. I'm in power in order to explore, commanding wakefulness. It's okay. Let me show you. Right? We in command. You want to be awakened to this? I'm sorry to tell you, but your relationship got to go. I'm sorry to tell you, where you live got to go. I'm sorry to tell you, but the way you're thinking about things got to go. So every time you keep bumping up against this, it's this way, it's that way, it's that way, it's just going to fall apart until you get it. Because you said it, not because there's some big invisible, I was going to say a cuss word. These invisible people around you making you do stuff. It's you, or it's us that are determining this in our many different forms, right? Why am I saying that? Or many different places in which we exist. We seal the output of space. And I always say it this way, all of the spaces in which we exist. We may not know all of the dimensions in which we exist. We know about 4, 5 of them, 6 of them, 8, maybe, you know what I'm saying? They're limited. We exist in all spaces, known and unknown, aware and unaware, conscious and unconscious. Right? And so as we are saying these things, it is going to hurt. Moon Goddess talk about this as well. It's going out into all of those spaces. Right? Everywhere that we exist. Even in each other's minds. Come on now. All the spaces. You ever thought about somebody a certain kind of way and then now you don't no more? It could be you, or it could be them changing this, how they exist. They change their ways. And so they can't even exist that way in your mind no more. It's us that's doing this. We are the mycelium of source tree. We are connected, we are unified. And we are sending these frequencies throughout, right? With the overtone tone of radiance as a beacon. Right? And we are guided by the power of birth. We have the full authority of our incarnation. Because we are preparing for this new birth. Come on now, right? Let's talk a little bit more about this Skywalker, right? The Skywalker channels accomplishment. I love it. What's accomplishment? The blue hand. And what's the blue hand? The avatar. Where does the blue hand sit? In the seat of power, in the court of knowledge. Right? Which is also the center of the womb. It's channeling. Why is the Skywalker the prophet? It's channeling prophecy from the womb. It knows all of the areas and the spaces. That's why I said known and unknown. So every time we go through these cycles, we keep expanding into those spaces. There's always more. Right? The way the Skywalker thinks is as the dreamer, right? Or the Akasha, right? Because the dreamer is the Akashic records, putting it in real time. That's why you have a new prophecy every time we go into a Skywalker or a Skywalker wave spell, right? It's expanded. We're putting it in. It's in full expression and it's being put in real time. That's how the Skywalker is able. What's the Skywalker? The Skywalker sits in the seat of prophecy, a seat of power in the court of prophecy, in full expression of all of the spaces in which we exist. It has help by the Blue Knight, which is the Akashic, just sitting there writing it. In the prophecy, the prophet is sitting there saying it. This your destiny. And it's like, you change how you, oh shoot, you're gonna get to experience this. Let me write that down. The prophet is able to say it, right? It's pretty dope. The way that the prophet moves is through beauty and art and elegance, or as the way shower, right? You say, hey, come on, prophet, I'm not sure how to do this, how to make this happen. They say, let me show you. And I'm gonna show you, not just show you on some, ABC stick figures. I'm gonna show you in beauty and elegance, right? Great example of that, right? Orisha Stone is a Skywalker. Beauty and elegance. And he got the way, right? Way shower of how we can all connect. We're talking about this unity, right? We have his jury here in MIMEC, and then he's putting it out in other places and spaces. Right? Got a whole system. He know how to, and it's in beauty and elegance, right? It's not just thrown together, it's well thought out. But these are the energies in which we move when we're talking about Skywalker, right? Then the way the Skywalker shows up as the world bridger, bridging worlds. All of the worlds in all of those spaces and places in which we exist, known and unknown. Right? When we are surrendered to the false self, when we surrender and kill the false self or bring death to the false self, there's so many different opportunities we can have. We just talked about it. Right? And so as we continue to develop, right, in these last 4 cycles in preparation for that new birth that is no longer on the platform of war, conflict, deficit, fear, danger. It's not on that no more. We ain't on it. We know our species. As we prepare, we then now are accessing these opportunities. That's all. That's the fat coming back on the body, right? The lungs being developed. All ready to come out all purdy when we get into that wave spell of the yellow star, right? So it definitely has been my honor and my pleasure. The question on the table is, how pure is our command of destiny? I think that we've given so many different ways in which we can explore this question. It definitely has been my honor, my pleasure. And I will take a few moments if there are any questions that you want to ask, please put them in the chat, and I'll take a few moments to answer those questions, and then we're going to go ahead and close out. Definitely, again, want to invite you guys to come out tomorrow, 10 a.m. For our information session on the convergence. And if you go to the website, melanatedimmortals.com, go to our events page, you will see that session there where you can go ahead and RSVP. And we will see you there. Okay. There may be a little delay. I don't see any questions coming in. I don't know if there were any in the chat. All right. I did see the chat moving. All right. So I told y'all to come with y'all questions, right? The last time. Okay, y'all gonna remember this next time. Also, definitely if you're new and you have questions or anything like that, you want to hit us up on our email, findout@melanatedimmortals.com, and we can answer your questions there. All right. Okay, so no questions. That's fine. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Hotel.
High Priestess, thank you so much. Thank us so much for bringing it. Oh, goodness, you did that. I put that request in the space earlier. I was like, bring it, High Priestess. And yeah, you honored my wishes. Much gratitude to you. Much gratitude to Moon Goddess Ambrosia. Much gratitude to Baba Akil. Ken 38 for opening the space and allowing myself, Ken 178, to show up with us this dawning. This has been an honor. Much gratitude, y'all. We're going to go ahead and close out the space. Enjoy your creations today, but continue to ask yourself, how sure is your command of destiny? Your destiny. What are you doing? You know, are you exploring, or are you just sitting back being afraid to explore? You know, are you walking in it, being it? What's your name? Woo, boy. Yes. Good thanks, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Immortal. Yeah, yo. Be claiming we demonic. Really? The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooded, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning. Rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron and reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of sins. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist. Immortal.